You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Andy Smith.
And I'm Tim Fulton.
This is Fight Fan Weekly.
Fight Fan Weekly.
Little change of pace from MMA. What we got, Tim?
We're going to be talking about the boxing match.
The boxing.
Boxing.
All right, so we just watched the fight. We didn't watch it live because we were watching the UFC.
Yeah, we have to be UFC fans here. But we got to see a little bit of it after the fact.
We also got an interesting take on the fight because it's weird. When you watch, I don't know if you've probably never like gone back and watched full old fights and stuff like that after you watch them live.
Yeah, not really.
So it's a weird thing. When you know the result, it's you see the fight differently a lot of times.
100%, yeah.
So we saw it after we knew Wilder had a perforated eardrum or, whatever, broken jaw, all that stuff. So it was kind of interesting watching it, knowing all that. But your take on the fight?
My take on the fight is if you're a fan of boxing, all the power to you. But my God, is it a stupid sport. I'm sorry, no offense meant to out there for whatever reason, but it is, and I just said this before, but it is the worst parts of MMA mixed with occasional hugging. Way too much hugging, way too much separation. I was either bored or terrified. There was no happy medium in
Bored
the middle.
or terrified.
And it was supposed to be one of the best matches out there, and I'm sure it was, but not for me, dude. Not for me.
Yeah, all right. Well, best matches out there. A lot of times, best matches don't necessarily only relate to the actual fight itself. It's about the people that are actually fighting what's on the line, the stakes, and all that.
Yeah, of course. I don't have a stake in this, so
yes,
I didn't come into this with anything.
I have to defend boxing a little bit because it's not.
You can try.
Yeah, I can try.
You can try.
I can try. I think that part of that is that because I don't really watch boxing a lot. Yeah. So I assume that you don't really watch boxing at all.
No, pretty much every weekend.
Pretty much every weekend. Okay, so you hate it, but you watch it every. Got it. So
there is an asshole mood.
There is a little bit just feeling it. There is a little bit lost in not knowing the rules and all that, and I don't even know all the rules of boxing.
Yeah.
But compared to, I guess what we're used to, I think as a first look, it appears to be kind of a slower.
Which is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
When you think about it, because it's on your feet, right? You would expect when two fighters in the UFC are on their feet, it's like a blowout. Like it's intense.
Yeah.
But boxing, there's like a gap there.
It's referee involvement.
Yeah.
Because they allow them to clinch a little bit, but once the clinching goes on for X amount of seconds, the referee separates them.
Yeah.
So it slows it down. And it kind of makes it like there's really three guys in the ring, where a lot of times in UFC fights, you almost forget that the ref's there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good fight. I thought it was really good, really exciting. It was, obviously a rematch. But what did you think about what was said after the fight about Deontay Wilder's costume and all that?
Right. So Wilder said that his costume was the reason that he lost the fight, that he was tired going into it because he had to wear it. Multiple things. One, we talked about this as we were watching it. He did look slow and tired. I've obviously never seen him actually fight before, so I don't know what he looks like normally. But a guy who's 43 fights undefeated, you would expect him not to be that sluggish, for a lack of a better term, in the first two rounds. So I can actually kind of see where he's coming from if that is the reasoning. I still kind of think it's a scapegoat. Like, these guys, he's undefeated. He's going to throw a reason why he lost out there. And the other thing, you put on a 40-pound costume to walk to the ring. It's not the costume's fault you lost. It might be planning.
Yeah.
It might be pre-planning.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
So, I don't. It sounds bad. There might be a little bit of merit to walking in with that whole thing and the preparation, but that's no fault of anyone's but his for putting it on. Now, whether that affected him in the fight, He normally weighs in for fights between, I think, 208 and 212. He weighed in at like 232 for this.
Yeah.
So that's an extra 20 pounds right there. He is a tall guy at 6'7". And he's very upper body muscular, but I think his legs are very small. So I can't really say that it probably had some of an effect. Did it lose him the fight? I think that if that's going to lose you the fight, then you should definitely not be wearing it. It's never a good idea to make excuses after a fight.
No.
It just doesn't. It's not a good look.
No, you're right. It's not good.
So many people do it, and I think that's part of the reason why we respect guys so much that don't do it.
Yeah.
I think a big factor, and they said it during the fight, and I'm sure you've read some stuff on the fight after the fact. I certainly have, and Fury just came in with an excellent game plan, and he kept leaning on him to the point where he got a point taken away. But for him, it was worth doing that risk to lean
walked
on
away a winner.
Yeah, and I think that's what burned his legs out. Now, Wilder was kind of fucked with the perforated eardrum or the ruptured eardrum after the third round. I don't think he really ever recovered from that.
No, he stumbled a couple of times too, and you have to think that
it affected him for sure.
100%.
For sure. So I think it was just a brilliant performance by Fury. Nothing, Wilder's he didn't want them to throw in the towel, and I think people should be given more credit to his corner for looking out for his safety. I think that cornermen are always so afraid because they're afraid they're going to lose their job, they're going to get fired, they're going to get all this backlash. But I think that them throwing in the towel, even while he was still standing, I think they should get some credit for at least giving a shit about their fighter.
Yeah, I agree.
I know that Deontay was pissed that they did it, but again, I think after he watches the video, even if he doesn't publicly say it, he'll probably be happy that they stopped the fight, or at least understand more why they did, because he was fighting compromised. He was not. He looked slow. He looked exhausted, and
you know what? The last couple of rounds that he was in, it had been a while since he was throwing anything meaningful out there.
It wasn't competitive.
It wasn't competitive.
No.
Specifically that last 30 seconds, we were just watching a guy trying to survive.
Yes.
And at that point, he, like you said, he had a perforated eardrum. He was bleeding from the fucking ear.
Yeah.
Not even a little. It was
coming out.
It was coming out.
Yeah.
So you're right. At that point, you have to protect your fighter. He wasn't going to win, I would assume. Good job to the corner.
Yeah, I think that that I wish that would happen more often than not, because they could have let it go. The ref wasn't going to stop it.
Yeah.
And I think they deserve more credit, because I know they're getting a lot of shit for it, but it's probably for a lot of it from Deontay. But I think they made the right call there. I think, like you said, he was just trying to survive at that point. It wasn't competitive, and that's one of the
I agree.
One of the dangers of boxing over MMA, where you can kind of be unintelligently defending yourself for a couple rounds, and they kind of just let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as you're still standing and you're not, taking ungodly amounts of damage, more often than not, they're probably going to be letting it go.
Yeah.
So, I think overall it was a good fight. What'd you think of the post-fight? Singing American Pie. Yeah.
I don't hate it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Funny.
He's entertaining. He's an entertaining guy.
He's definitely an entertaining dude.
Yeah.
Different.
It was cool.
It was cool. All right, we're going to switch gears back to MMA because boxing's stupid. We're going to be talking about this upcoming weekend. But you can go ahead and try this.
Joseph Benavidez.
Versus?
This one is one of the ones I can't pronounce. Figueiredo. I'm going to go with Figueiredo. So they have a common opponent in the last year, I believe, in Formiga.
Okay.
Figueiredo lost to him, and Benavidez beat him. Now, MMA math is the worst math to go by because it usually never makes sense.
Yeah.
But I want to see Joseph Benavidez win because it's a title bout, and I want to see him win a UFC title. He's been around forever, and he's always game. He's never in a boring fight.
I read up a little bit on him. He's the one that he's like a beast in the ring, but sometimes he can kind of drop his defense to be that, right?
Yeah, he throws caution to the wind.
Yeah,
I mean, he is like, he does not mind getting into brawls, but he's gotten in a lot of them, and he's taken a lot of damage. I just hope that this isn't the fight where we see he's long in the tooth. I hope he comes in here. Now, nothing against Figueiredo. but I want to see Benavidez win. So my pick is kind of biased. So I want to see him win. So that means I'm going to pick him to win.
That's fair. You're allowed.
And it's hard to pick against Benavidez because he's fought the best of the best. And again, higher level competition, all that. But that comes at the cost of you take the damage of higher level competition. So it'd be interesting to see how this fight plays out with Benavidez because he's been in so many wars. Let's see if he's still got the fucking speed, and I'm sure he still has the aggression. But I'm gonna go with Benavidez, even
That's
though
fair.
I don't like picking.
The last time you said it's hard to root against someone was John Jones, so I'm no longer 100% trusting your opinion on these matters anymore. So I'm
But
gonna
he
go
won.
With,
John Jones won.
Yeah. Did he?
According to the scoreboard.
So I'm gonna go with Figueiredo on this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know either of these fighters, and yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's gonna be. This one's gonna be a fun fight.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a fun fight. Flyweight's fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fast paced, and the thing is too is that both these dudes, especially Benavidez, have knockout power.
Okay.
So it's not one of those. We're seeing more and more that like guys are carrying knockout power because they're more well rounded and everything. But Benavidez has always had it. So a lot of times in the lower weight classes, like you don't see as many flash knockouts like you do in heavyweight, where some guy could be losing the whole fight and then boom, one shot, it's over with. But make no mistake about it, this fight could end with one shot. Like
that's kind of rare for the flyweight.
yeah, and it's more so the ferocity of it. Like it might not be one shot, but it could be one blitz that ends it. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's one of those ones that probably not a lot of people that are casual watchers are going to be super excited about.
The fans,
but like guys that have been around for a while, like this is a big fight. Like
Gotcha.
this is a treat. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So anything else before we wrap it up?
I think that's it, man. We could sing 2 verses of American Pie.
I'm gonna do a hard pass.
Okay.
Well, we would never.
I figure I'd throw it out there.
I enjoy your enthusiasm about it, though.
Yeah.
All right, so let us know who you think is going to win in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought about the Tyson Fury versus Wilder fight. Let us know that you think I'm a jackass for not liking boxing. You're allowed to like boxing. You do you, bro. Speaking of bro, don't forget to go to brodownpro.com, get all your bro down gear, and we will catch you guys next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, do that shit too.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.